Shalom. I want to begin a lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Kakwarash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me the truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Back here with another lesson through the spirit, man. In transit right now. Nonetheless, though, I want to come at y'all something quick and Lord willing edifying before I get to my destination. Just want to play a video for y'all by the brother Yeramia, the servant of Yahweh Shai. And this video, Lord willing, to be edifying to those out there listening and watching. Like I said, I'm in transit right now, and I'm driving around people who don't know how to fucking drive. So I'm just gonna really be trying to spew off scriptures through the spirit. I'm not gonna be able to read nothing really. Nonetheless, though, like I said, Lord willing, the lesson is edifying. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video.
Not skipping over black women because of the way that
explorers.
Successful black men are not skipping over black women because of the way that you look. They're skipping over you black women because of the way that you were raised. Let me run that by you again. They are not skipping over to the white women or the Asian women or the Caribbean women or even the African women. We're talking about the Americanized black woman. The reason why these successful men are skipping over you, it's not the way that you look, but it is the way that you carry yourself. These other women, they were conditioned, they are programmed, they are trained to be wives. They are trained to be helpmates. They are trained to be submissive. They are trained to cater to their man. They are trained to be grateful. They are trained to be appreciative. If you deal with the typical black woman in America, she wants nothing but a whole bunch of things provided for her that she cannot provide for herself. She requires all of these things that she cannot do for herself. And then when you get one that can do things for herself, she talks down to men as if she's better because she's paying bills and she has a car and she has a credit score, as if that makes her better when that just makes her an adult. There are going to be a lot of women that are upset about this post, but it's the truth. It just is what it is. Successful black men are not skipping over black women because...
And what this guy is saying is facts, man.
Successful black men are not skipping over...
He's spitting facts. You know, the way that the Jake women in our community have been raised up, it wasn't indoctrinated in them or instilled in them to be wives, right? I've used this example before, but I went to a predominantly, you know what I'm saying, myself and the brother, we went to a predominantly Edomite school most of our lives, and we're into our, you know what I'm saying, young adult years and whatnot. And there's been a common trend where we've been seeing, you know what I'm saying, these Edomite women and men that we went to school with, they're getting married and whatnot at our age, you know what I'm saying, establishing households. And they've been together with their partner a few years, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many years, while you have Jake women that are in our age group at the same age who are having babies and whatnot and becoming single mothers and doing all other things, you know what I'm saying? And it's sickening and it's sad that our women are in that spirit. At the same time, though, it's a part of the curses, and we cause these things to fall upon ourselves. So at the end of the day, you got to look in the mirror and ask yourself, who can you really blame? Right? But our women, man, and it's a reason why. Like, this is a perfect example why our elders and our apostles always tell us, you know, they tell us, stay away from the chaos goblins. Stay away from the N-dubs. Because in the current state that we're in right now, they're not in a spirit or the thought process of being submissive towards men. They want to be men. They want to act like men. They don't care about being helpmates like this Jake just said on this video. They don't care about serving the man or doing their job or fulfilling their role as a woman as the Lord set it up for them to be. They would rather take on the responsibilities of a man and be independent. And then, like he said, ask or require you to do things that they wouldn't do themselves. You have a lot of women out here who are overvaluing themselves based on simp men and getting validation from men and women that isn't deserved, right? If you go, and I'm just gonna take an example. This is a real life example. If you go on out of shape, big belly, just disgusting looking Jake woman page and go in her comments, all you'll see is women heart eyeing and liking her picture, boosting their confidence. So if this is boosting their confidence, you know what I'm saying? They're thinking that they're better than what they are. Thinking that they deserve more from a man. When in actuality, they deserve less. And it's not just those type of women, man. It's a lot of Jake women who have that type of spirit or mindset on them currently. And it's sad to say, but at the end of the day, it is true. But at the end of the day, it is true, man. I'm gonna play again this clip that he was talking about.
Skipping over black women because of the way that you look. They're skipping over you black women because of the way that you were raised. Let me run that by you again. They are not skipping over to the white women or the Asian women or the Caribbean women or even the African women. We're talking about the Americanized black woman. The reason why these successful men are skipping over you, it's not the way that you look, but it is the way that you carry yourself. These other women, they were conditioned, they are programmed, they are trained to be wives. They are trained to be helpmates. They are trained to be submissive. They are trained to cater to their man. They are trained to be grateful.
You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, I created the woman for the man. The woman was created from man, literally. And the Lord brought her upon the earth to help man so that he wouldn't be lonely, you know what I'm saying? To give man a partner. Another thing I was gonna say was that these other nations, the women of the other nations, man, they really do dig Jake men on a higher level than any other nation of people. No matter how much they try and hide it, because, you know, some of these women deep down, they gotta hide it so society don't look upon them a certain way. But in Jacob's trouble, when shit hits the fan, that yearn that they have for us, the other nations, the women of the other nations is gonna start to bleed out, and it's gonna start to appear and show itself, because they really do. They love Jake men above everything else, man. They really do. Imagine your own women saying that you're not enough. Yeah, you have women of the other nations who fiend for you, right, so to speak, who want you badly, and who will treat you better than you've ever been treated before. And that's a fact, man. These women of these other nations will treat you 10 times better and give you 10 times less shit than a Jake woman will on any given day. Hey, like Genesis 3:16 says, you know what I'm saying? Our women are gonna desire to rule over us. Sad to say, but it's true. It's just the curses that we're living under. But in that day when Isaiah 4:1 comes to pass, man, you know, women as a whole aren't going to be in that spirit, and especially Jacob women. But as for right now, though, if you just go and look at the way that our women act, the way that they carry themselves, the way that they portray themselves to the world, they don't want a man, and 9 times out of 10, they don't deserve one either. They're not qualified to be in a relationship, for being quite honest. It's not there. Like you said, it wasn't ingrained in them. The other nations' women have an upbringing, a tradition to cater towards their men. And those women are partially getting drunk, starting to get drunk off the Babylonian juice, you know what I'm saying? Because they've gotten the other nations drunken off that wine that it speaks of in Revelation. I want to say the 18th chapter. We've gotten them drunken off that wine, off that wickedness. She spread her fornications upon the whole world. So you do have some women of the other nations that are in that spirit of the westernized woman. The westernized woman. That's why all of these guys, these passport bros, and these other collection of dudes on the online and whatnot, were telling these men at one point to go and mess with women in the Eastern hemisphere, right? In the Eastern part of the world, because they're more traditional to a woman. You have men out here who are now, we rather not date at all or deal with women at all than to be dealing with women. And then also, we have to treat them as if they're special, they're virgins, all this other stuff, just to get damaged goods. It's not worth it no more. A lot of men would rather just be by themselves and keep their peace and not have to deal with a Jake woman or a woman in general. So it's sad, but at the same time, it's not like we're not gonna be in this spirit or in this type of conditions much longer, Lord willing. Because I'm telling you, when shit hits the fan, you're gonna see women become more feminine than they've ever been. And us as men, Lord willing, we be at that number, are gonna become more masculine than we've ever been. Like I always say, man, the script is indeed about to be flipped. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to those out there listening and watching. I'm gonna close it off there. I'm approaching my destination shortly, the Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shah. With that, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem or Kakorash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double blessings and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom Israel, Shalom. And as always, we're one day closer to the kingdom, man. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shalom.